Welcome to the Wrestling Report, your number one source for wrestling news, opinions, results, predictions on YouTube. Now, today we are just going to do a standard Raw recap and review, and what a hell of an episode of Raw it was. So let's get it started from the top. Orton comes out to hype the triple threat main event, and then Reigns comes out and they go back and forth, and then of all people, the New Day comes out and they start talking garbage to Orton and Reigns, and I really like the New Day now that they've turned heel. I hated the New Day as baby faces. They were terrible. Just plain terrible as a babyface act. They couldn't be taken seriously. They were there was nothing to them as baby faces. All they were was happy-go-lucky. Yay, let's go out there and give 100% no matter what and stay happy even if we lose. Now they're let's stay happy and cheat and be a complete and total dicks. And that's awesome. Because nothing is worse than a guy who's a dick but he's got a smile on his face while he's being a dick. And they said Kane made a 3-on-1 handicap match with all three members of the New Day versus Orton and Reigns, and the match goes. It's a decent match, and Reigns accidentally spears Orton at the end, and Kofi gets a win on Orton. And who's stupid now? Orton. So, the New Day got a win over Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. So that's kind of a deal, I would think. Maybe. And then Tyson Kidd and Cesaro faced off against the Ascension. And Tyson Kidd and Cesaro got the win. It looks like they're building up towards a rematch with them and the New Day. Which, that's standard. Always get a rematch when you lose the title. It's in every quote contract. But I don't expect Cesaro and Tyson Kidd to take the titles back. I'm wondering who else the New Day are going to feud with. Now that once they're done with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, because who's really left? Like Lucha Dragons and then Tyson Kidd and Cesaro again, and then Lucha Dragons, because I can't think of another babyface tag team. And then I believe right after that, Renee Young is in the ring with Ryback, and he starts cutting a promo, and Bray Wyatt cuts a promo, and last week Bray Wyatt finally revealed who he's been talking about since after WrestleMania, and he attacked Ryback, which I'm interested to see where that goes, because I think Wyatt could pull some good stuff out of Ryback, because Wyatt pulls good stuff out of whoever he's working with. And then we have Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, and they make the stipulation that if Ambrose wins, he gets put in the match, and it's a fatal four-way. This all stems from last week on SmackDown when Ambrose faced Rollins, and it all ended in a clusterfuck. And so the match goes. It's a really, 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 really good match. And Dean Ambrose ends up getting the win amongst the Sea of Chaos. So it's now a fatal four-way at Payback with Seth Rollins defending the title against Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and Dean Ambrose, which I like that Dean Ambrose is in the main event, but it sucks that the first time we're getting all three Shield members against each other, it's in a fatal four-way and not a triple threat. It just really irks me that they put those three in a match and they're not just hyping it straight up as the three members of the most dominant faction in WWE history, or one of the most dominant factions in WWE history. Just all three of them facing off against each other for the first time since the group imploded about a year ago. And that, I get it, that's kind of nitpicky, but it does fucking piss me off. And then Rusev faced Fandango, and Rusev obviously won because I think the world would implode if Fandango got a win over Rusev. But they teased a little bit more dissension with Rusev and Lana. And then we have the pointless match of the night, the only really pointless match of the night, Stardust and R-Truth. And Stardust comes out with this fucking bag. We don't know what's in it. It's really confusing. And then amidst the match, R-Truth goes and opens the bag, and it's a bunch of plastic spiders. And then Stardust gets the win. So R-Truth got beat because he was scared of a bag of plastic spiders. Yeah, that's great. But, I mean, I get it. In a 3-hour Raw, you can't have everything be good. But Jesus Christ, do we have to have spiders, plastic spiders, be that, cost someone a damn match? Seriously. And then John Cena came out for his U.S. title open challenge, which everyone on the internet here screams, oh, it's the open burial challenge. He buries everyone. Bury, bury, bury. You keep saying that word. You obviously don't know what it means. Someone burying someone would be John Cena going out, getting his open challenge accepted by Seth Rollins to try and make himself a double champion, and John Cena winning in 2 seconds, and Seth Rollins doing that for 3 straight weeks, and that happening. What isn't burying is going out there, having a great match with John Cena, everyone kicking out of the AA, taking multiple finishers to beat them, and Cena pulling a win out at the last possible second. That's not burying. This is making people look good. John Cena has made everyone he's been in the ring with, aside from Kane, look good. But you can't. Kane doesn't really have a lot left in the ring. But other than that, he's made everyone look good in the ring. And so he's out there. Sorry to get off track on that little rant. But he's out there for his U.S. title open challenge. He cuts a promo on Rusev saying he won't say I quit at Payback and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, they're doing an I quit match for the U.S. title at Payback, which is their 4th match, which I thought at Extreme Rules, which I was at, would have been their last match. But I don't know. Guess not. They're going to have an I quit match, and John Cena's going to make him quit. And that'll be that. And then, yeah, so. And he's like, oh, if you want some, come get some. Blah, blah, blah. And then Bret Hart comes out, and I'm like, what the hell? Are they really going to have Bret Hart work what little of a match he can still work with John Cena? I mean, I'm sorry. I love Bret Hart, but the fact that they tried to make him work matches about 5 years ago was not good. Just, he had a damn stroke in 2000, 2003? Somewhere around there. And it was not wise for them to do that, and I was really hoping they didn't do it again. I didn't think they would, but he comes out and he's about to announce someone, and then fucking Heath Slater comes down, and after whining that he got his title shot cut off last week, Bret pops him in the head with the mic, and he rolls out of the ring and introduces one of my favorite guys on the entire roster, Sami Zayn. Now, if you have not seen Sami Zayn work, I suggest you get the network. It's free again. this month for new subscribers and you watch all the NXT TakeOver shows, because that's where he shined. You want to see a quintessential great Sami Zayn performance, watch him versus Kevin Owens at the last TakeOver. Watch the sympathy in which he took bumps. Watch just the master selling he does. Him and Ziggler are the two best sellers in the wrestling business today, bar none. It is borderline an art what they do to sell moves. It really is beautiful to watch them sell, and that is what I love. I love the drama in a match, the things that make you be able to suspend disbelief and make you become a pure fan again. And that's what Sami Zayn does for me. So he accepted Cena's open challenge, and they had a hell of a match. Zayn was bumping all around. They did a shoulder injury storyline through the match, and Zayn was flying around being as athletic as he is, showing his strength. Well, I have never seen anyone execute a Blue Thunder Bomb as beautifully flowing as he does. It really is the perfect way to do that move. And the fucking DDT he does when he dives through the ropes when he's on the outside, he dives from one side to the other past the ring post and does the tornado DDT. That's insane. I don't get how you physically do that. And he pulled out all his usual moves except really the haluva kick. I didn't see him go for that. He might have, and Cena got the win with his springboard stunner in the AA, as I expected. But newsflash, John Cena lost his first match. Look how good he's doing. It will not hurt him to lose his debut match. Most people lose their debut matches. And this made Sami Zayn look like $1 million. And so we go on from that, and we get the Bella twins come out, and then Naomi and Tamina attack them. And so apparently now Naomi has herself a new bodyguard in Tamina. And they're playing off the family connections, the sort of family connections. She's married to, I believe, Jimmy Uso, who is by Samoan traditions related to Tamina, but not really. But they're basically family. And so I think that's pretty cool, like taking a real life family member and putting them with the person as a bodyguard. And because who's going to work harder to protect you than your own family? And so they laid out the Bellas. And then Sheamus and the newly crowned King of the Ring, King Barrett, who I like that. It's kind of stereotypical, make an Englishman king, but I think he'll run with it and he'll do well. They got a win over Dolph Ziggler and Neville. And Dolph Ziggler and Neville, they're doing decent things. Neville especially. Neville's fucking amazing. Neville's he's botch proof. Like, I've never seen him mess a thing up. He's great aerial wise. He's great. He's got deceptive strength. The guy's fucking ripped. And I at Extreme Rules, he held Wade Barrett, 260-pound Wade Barrett. He held him in the ring, all 5'8" of himself holding that big guy for about 5 seconds before German suplexing him. It was insane. And then But yeah, Barrett and Sheamus got the win. They're pushing Barrett. They're pushing Sheamus more than they're pushing the Ziggler and Neville. So it's understandable that they gave them the win. They both got wins. Neville got a win over Barrett at Extreme Rules, and Ziggler got a win over Sheamus at Extreme Rules. So it's not that big a deal to give those two a win in a tag match. And then main event, it was up next with Reigns and Orton, and they went with that for a while, and then that turned into a clusterfuck when Rollins, who was the appointed special guest ring announcer, J&J Security, who were the ring announcer and bell keeper, as Jamie Noble put it, and Kane, who was the enforcer, all interfered, all beat the hell out of both of them until fucking Dean Ambrose comes out, and they beat the hell out of the Authority. The Authority leaves with their tail between their legs, and then the three of them are celebrating in the ring, and then it's like, oh, well, they're fighting in 2 weeks, so why are they being all friendly? And then Orton RKO's Reigns, and then Ambrose turns gives dirty deeds to Orton, and in something that 3 months ago I would never have expected, Dean Ambrose was the last image you saw on Raw standing over a fallen Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. Now, keep telling me Cena buries people, when the first guy to accept his open challenge was Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose lost, looked like $1 million, and has been on fire since then. Keep saying he buries people. Just keep saying it. It's the dumbest thing. A guy, yeah, right. Cena buries people. So that's it for Raw. Raw was a really good show, and some interesting things happening in wrestling this past week. We got the announcement of the next TakeOver special, which will be, I believe, May 20th, and it will be main evented by Sami Zayn challenging Kevin Owens for the NXT title, which that's really interesting since Sami Zayn apparently made his main roster debut tonight, unless it was just a one-off, which I really hope it's not, because I think Sami Zayn is more than ready. I gave him a ton of acclaim earlier. He is one of my favorites. He is one of the only guys that when he has a good match, it turns me into like a pure fan. I get excited watching him. And also on the NXT card, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy are getting an NXT tag title shot, and those two are fucking great. They are, without a doubt, my favorite tag team in NXT. They are probably the most purely entertaining part of NXT with their little catchphrases and you can't teach that, and Enzo just acting like basically Enzo Amore is a guy whose mouth outruns his capabilities, and Colin Cassidy is the muscle. Basically, that's what it is, and it's great, and I love them. And Becky Lynch is challenging Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's title, and I love that. I love everything to do with the women's division in NXT. Everything there is just spot on, great. They put on some of the best matches of the night. They've main evented the show several times, and Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks are probably two of the top three there. It's those two and Charlotte. And yeah, Bayley's great. All of them down there are great, but I think those two and Charlotte are the cream of the crop down there. Those are the three that I believe need to be on the main roster as soon as possible. So that'll about do it for this week. Don't forget to like the video if you like it. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. I don't care. I got your view, but comment, subscribe, comment with any questions. I will answer every single question you put in the comments. I don't care what it is. If you ask the question, I will answer it next week. Share this with your friends. Show this to anyone who loves wrestling. Until next time, I will see you all later.